Let me tell you a story about my life. 2010, I finished campus. Of course, I haven't graduated, and I'm looking for a job. Just like every other hopeful Kenyan, I'm hoping that I'll be able to secure a job at least in the next 6 months. So what do? I do what many people probably will not do. I walk down in the old town of Nairobi. I print more than 300 CVs, coming to around 1,000 Kenya shillings. We had found a place where you could be able to copy your CV for 1 shilling per page, and we had almost each person 1,000 shillings, so around 300 CVs. So we pack our CVs and decide to do a tour with our CVs, the whole of the Nairobi area, me and a group of friends. So we enter a building, press the highest floor, then come down each and every floor, dropping our CVs to each and every offices, each and every office in every building. And we walked for days, for weeks. We did that because if you're not ready to do what if you do what others are doing, you'll get the same result. So if people are struggling to get anything in terms of a job, then you do what people would probably not do. And that is what we thought people had probably not done. And we walked about, we did everything that we could. Some places we were laughed off, some places we were welcomed, some places we left our CVs. And remember, in one place, in a certain insurance company, we left our CVs, and a friend of mine left their bag, carried their CVs. And when they came back from the lift, they found our CVs almost being dropped at the rubbish bin. And I remember him telling the lady, don't throw them. In fact, we need them to be able to give someone else who will be able to see them as important. So rather than throw them away, they cost us money, give us back, we will give it to someone who will value our CVs better. I remember one lady, one secretary, laughing her lungs out, thinking about how these graduates are actually walking on foot. And not to brag or anything, she was not working in the fanciest office or the fanciest building. In fact, it was just a funny building with a funny structure and a funny name, but she laughed herself off. And I remember this was one of the most heartbreaking moments for one of us who decided to just go easy for the next 2 days and just not do what we were doing. And of course, things happened. We got jobs later on, probably either from that or not from that, but somehow we all got jobs. And every one of us was working within a year, and things were well. By the time we were graduating, everyone had something going. And and I want to speak about this situation. It was not the most comfortable. I remember my shoes had walked for so many kilometers. I remember the hot Nairobi sun in April and May and June. It was not exactly forgiving. I remember the hunger pangs, because you do not have a lot of money, but yet you need to do this, which has to be done. But a few things and a few lessons I want to point out to you, even in your financial journey, is you need to do things that are sometimes uncomfortable. Sometimes being able to achieve a great thing requires that you do something that is not comfortable. You want to grow financially, you need to save and invest. You need to cut down on your spending, which might not be comfortable. Your sherehes, your partying and your eating out, you need to reduce on it. It's not comfortable, but it is necessary. And you need to do this so that you can be able to achieve something that others are aspiring to be able to get, which is financial wellness. You need to start thinking ahead. What do I need to do? I know no one in this city. I know no one in this town. I do not have a godfather. In fact, I'm struggling to be able to make connections, and even the people I know may not have any impact as regards to my career growth and the prospects of getting a job. So think ahead. What do I need to do? Sometimes it may need you to do things that are creative, sometimes they are just bold. Sometimes you just need to do something and you need to think ahead and start off in this journey. Even in your financial affairs, you need to be able to start somewhere and go and move. As long as you are moving and you're moving in the direction that you require to do, that is the right direction, it doesn't need you to be moving fast. But as long as you are moving slowly and eventually and slowly, eventually you will get there. So think ahead and start moving. The other thing is you need to be humble. Yes, in this life you need to be humble. Yes, you know a lot. Yes, you're a graduate. Yes, you esteem more of stuff. You're an engineer. You're a serious guy in your career. But sometimes you need to humble yourself and learn. You need to be teachable. You need to have the attitude or a mantra in life. For me, the example or mantra in life is you stay hungry, you stay foolish. So always be eager to learn. Always be eager to be better. Always be eager to learn, because the reason there's so many careers and so much knowledge is because it is so much for one single mind. And whatever you think you know, somebody knows better. Even that which you assume to be a perfect art, there's someone who has perfected the skill even to a greater potential. So always be teachable, always be willing to learn and to grow. I remember starting out in my career and getting people who we were employed together with. Of course, now they had many years of experience, and I remember having to do the paperwork, the dirty work, the photocopying, the filing, the things that are not exactly exciting. You desire as a graduate to start and to get into the action, to start making the impact, start making and changing things. But before you can do that, you need to learn how to crawl. You need to be able to appreciate the mundane tasks so that you can be able to be entrusted with greater things. Because remember, as an accountant, no one is going to give you a full company to financially manage. No, you're still a young graduate. So you need to be humble and grow and become better. But for you to be able to do that, sometimes it requires that you may keep your pride aside. The other thing is to surround yourself with people who are positive, people who are thinking about achieving and going and striving. Because when you are low on energy, there are those people who have the high energy still that can be able to help you push even further. The people who are going to get you to give or to send your CV 100 more times if you're already tired by the 50th time. The people who are going to help you laugh off that lady from that office who laughed at you and said that you're a graduate and you are struggling. You need people who have the positive mindset and positive outlook on life, so that even when the negatives come, at least you have a big hedge of positive energy and positive outlook on life, so that you can be able to strive even further. So surround yourselves with people who are going to help you grow, even in your financial journey. People who are going to see your desires, your dreams and your aspirations, and are going to push you a little further. Because remember, you may go fast alone, but you may go further together with the people who are helping you grow in your financial journey. The other thing that you need to learn is, if something is out of your hands, then you need to learn how not to want to control it. Sorry for the sound. You need to learn how not to control it. You have given out your CV. Now rest and do something else. Don't be too preconsumed with assuming that you ought to have a job just because you've dropped 100 CVs. Be patient. Start looking for newer things that you can be able to achieve. Fine, you may not have done something the right way. Maybe you send an application letter with the wrong email, maybe with the wrong wording, but you need to move on. So you need to learn that even though there are going to be obstacles, there are going to be challenges, you need to learn how to move on. And this is how this experience helped me to learn how to move on, even in my life. In your financial journey, you might encounter several bumps along the way. You might lose your investments. You might struggle to be able to get your cash flow right. You may have several struggles in your financial journey. But the thing that you should be able to learn is to pick up, move, and go towards your financial journey, because it's not going to be straight. It might be bumpy, it might be curvy, it might involve valleys and mountains, but you need to continue on that journey. I hope that you're learning, you're growing, and you're becoming better in your financial journey. Remember to subscribe to the channel, to leave a comment down in the comment section, and to like this video.